Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to listen to a story that will surely enthrall, about a group of friends who came to be the greatest amateur theatre company. It was a very sad day all across the town. The little old theatre was shutting down. Now, in this small town on a particular road lived four very different people with the same zip code. Robert and his dog Nemo lived on this street. They were the kindest creatures you could ever meet. He lived quite happily without a care. He lived next to a girl who was ever so fair. Named Angela Mert, meaning angel of death, she was ever so lovely and could take your breath. This girl was all skeleton and with a crown of carnations. She was ever so polite and a theatrical sensation. Now on the other side of beautiful Miss Mert lived a grumpy little man that was ever so curt. Shaped like a cake, they believed he was nice, but when you eat sugar you should always think twice. Sharing a house with this grumpy sugar-treat was a frog-like man who was dim-witted and sweet. His name was Fred, and he liked to drink tea. He also liked to clean and travel to the sea. Over the road lived a rather odd man. He was a closeted nerd and quite off his pan. Playing with chemicals and researching stuff, he spent days upon days analysing fluff. They all came together at number 28, following the disaster of the theatre's fate, and decided to pull themselves together to form a group that would try and act so much better. The first trick was to pick a glorious tale, but they couldn't agree on which story to avail. The issue was they all wanted a tale about love and loss, and also betrayal. The argument went on for hours and hours till Robert suggested, "Let's stop before this idea sours. Let us all go home and pick our favourite tales and meet in the morning to discuss the details." The very next day at Calvin's abode, they realised the tales they had gathered foreshowed all of the love for the Gothic Victorian thrillers, making all those stories monstrous killers. Angela had Dracula, Robert had Hyde, Sugar had a tale about the devil inside. Fred's book was a surprise and adventurous one. He said Sherlock Holmes was wondrous fun. Hobbs had a book he kept at his bedside, showing how danger and knowledge love to collide. And so it was decided that this was their fate. Now they needed to rehearse and set a date. They agreed that they would all take turns, a different story for each night the audience returns. They each picked their role, everyone satisfied. Sugar, of course, was the villain inside. Robert took his role of the hero, you see. And Mert was the woman he had to set free. Fred was given the part of the dim-witted assistant to the one who was evil and rather persistent. Hobbs had the role of the loyal best friend. And Nemo, well, he just shook his tail end. Now that we are all introduced, I think we should watch the tales they produced. Hold on to your hats as we transport you there. Sit tight and relax. This shall be a brilliant affair.